Humans are hard, code is easy. Part 2. My first job out of college. It seems like yesterday I started at Wallace. What is Wallace, you say? We sold business forms and office supplies in Des Moines, Iowa. Kinda like Dunder Mifflin. Armed with a business management degree and no real idea, I had 3 job options when I graduated from college. I could sell insurance, or I could sell life insurance, or I could sell business forms. So I did what any sane person would do. I sold business forms. Who wants to call on a friend's parents for insurance, anyways? Did I mention that Des Moines is the insurance capital of the world? Back to my first day at Wallace. Can you believe I had to make a few cold calls before lunch? Let me remind you, in college, the only time I called my friends was when we were having a kegger. Getting people to buy business forms is a bit more difficult than getting college students to drink beer. Now, I really didn't want to make those calls, but lunch was getting close. I was given 3 prospects from another sales representative to call on. Hello, is Mike Huff available? Sure. Can you tell him that Tom Hendrickson called? Yeah. Yeah, I'm from Wallace. Click. Hello, this is Tom Hendrickson, your new Wallace representative. Oh, sorry, Mr. Hagna. I apologize if our labels fall off your product. Click. Whoa, I guess we got disconnected there. Okay, just one more. We can go to lunch. What? Do we call on gentlemen's clubs? My coworkers all die laughing. Turns out this is their way of initiating new sales representatives. My sales career went down in flames pretty quickly. Similar to Tommy Boy, my sales techniques were not appreciated. Soon after my first day in sales, I started to realize something. This wasn't going anywhere. A friend from high school shared with me an opportunity in technology, so I began to pursue a different path and get a new degree. I left my job in sales and began work as a developer. Now, as you can imagine, working as a developer is quite a bit different than working in sales. The sales office I worked in was always full of people talking. They would be talking on the phones to customers or talking to each other. The developers I worked with, well, they were a quiet bunch on the whole. Friday afternoon in the sales office, the newest rep had to go get beer for everyone. Friday afternoon for the developers was quiet, just like the rest of the week. Now, perhaps it's starting to sound like I didn't want to make this change, but that was not the case. I slowly began to realize I was more Spock than Jimmy Fallon. The quiet, contemplative work of a developer suited me more. As my technology career started out, worked with a lot of different older technologies at the time. I wanted to move into something more current. I began to hear a lot of buzz around the Java language. In my free time and nights and weekends, I would read and work through tutorials. All this work paid off a few months later when a company leader came to me and said, Tom, would you be able to help Dave with a new application? Turned out they needed someone who could write an application using Java. I, of course, agreed. Like Luke, beginning to use the Force. I was starting with some basics. As my Java skills began to improve from experience, I learned a few other things, too.